All right, let's get to Graham Platner.
That's right. So the Democratic Senate candidate Graham Platner is pushing back against new allegations of inappropriate conduct. A New York Times report features accounts from several women who say they were romantically involved with the Maine Senate candidate. They described their relationships with Platner as unsettling. He denied their claims during an interview last night.
There are some allegations in this piece that I just want to be kind of unequivocal about are simply not true. Anything alleging physicality, anything alleging that I knew what my tattoo was, these are the statements of someone who's politically motivated.
All right, let's turn to CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small, who's been following all of this. I mean, Taurean, every day it seems like there are new allegations involving this candidate. Walk us through these latest allegations and accusations and how it might impact Platner's campaign.
Yeah, I think the most notable one, Adriana, is the one that he mentioned there. One of his previous exes, Lynn Fifield, came out with the allegation that he was pretty rough to her during their relationship, saying that he would grab her by her shoulders, twist her arms. But this is something that he vehemently denied. He was also asked about whether or not there could be more allegations coming out soon, to which he didn't necessarily decline to answer or say that it wouldn't happen. He just said, listen, there are more things that people could say about him or dig into, but ultimately he maintained that he's done nothing wrong. As it relates to infidelity, the sexting scandal that he was also plagued with earlier this month or last month, he said that that was something that he and his wife had worked through, and now he's just looking to move forward. But ultimately, though, he painted this picture that he's being targeted unfairly by not just his primary or general election opponent, but also Republican operatives and ultimately the media.
All right, I want to turn to Capitol Hill now, where it was a long night with the Senate's vote-a-rama. They passed that reconciliation bill. So what happens next?
Yeah, it heads to the House. This bill is essentially a makeup of the agencies that haven't been funded under the Department of Homeland Security. It's part of the reason why we saw the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. This would fund ICE and CBP for 3 years. That's about $70 billion that now heads to the House. Not included funding for the White House ballroom, as well as funding for $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. What the future of those two still remain to be seen. But as it relates to this current reconciliation bill, it's at the discretion of the House Speaker to put it on this floor. If it's approved, it'll head to the president's desk. But any amendments would mean it's back to the Senate for another vote-a-rama.
Is it expected to pass in the House?
Yeah, it is expected. Listen, Republicans are in line with securing these funds for what they're calling law enforcement, even though Democrats maintain that this is just an effort to avoid any accountability or reforms to ICE, which was the major sticking point for that shutdown.
I mean, that's what held up that partial government shutdown for months. And Democrats didn't end up getting the concessions that they wanted. Taurean Small, thank you so much for all those details.